Sunday morning show where we talk about music and the type of music in which people rarely hear of, or artists that people rarely heard of, but we're here to have that conversation. And today, I'm here to talk about two people, and I kind of have to explain one person because it's a kind of drill music, and a lot of people haven't heard of Cash Cobain in the mainstream. And Cash Cobain is a producer, an artist. What he's well known for, besides doing a song with a lot of people, is Drake's single on For All the Dogs Is Call For You. He does a beat. He loves hi-hats. And so when he raps, he kind of does a rap, pause, rap, pause, rap, pause, rap, pause. And so, with that being said, on a roller screen cinema podcast, we're going to talk about this, and we're going to also talk about the impact of this, considering that we have some news. But anyway, this is J. Cole's first song back. J. Cole's first back music since The Response, or that EP. I might delete later, and after the Kendrick Lamar beef. So this is going to be kind of a mix of everything. So I kind of have to explain Cash Cobain's kind of music style when I do this, and it's because a lot of people haven't heard of him. And so in most of Cash Cobain, when he produces, the other artists, A Boogie, J. Cole, other people are gonna have the first introduction, that first verse. It's not gonna seem like a chorus. So we hear J. Cole. She like my kick game, it's. She like my kick game, it's that, and you hear it, and you're like, I'm waiting, this is J. Cole's first verse, it's the opening, we hear it, but it's this weird cadence that we hear from J. Cole, and this style that he goes, I'm going 150, I'm gonna take your kids to Nikki, it's a weird cadence we haven't really heard, and these bars are similar than what we've heard from J. Cole, and a lot of people are saying that it's not lyrical. And by any means, it's not supposed to be lyrical because J. Cole has a style, and I get it. I think I get why people are upset with it, and we'll get into it, but I'm going to highlight some of it, which is going to sound weird coming out of my mouth with the artist today. But he just says, she was getting to isolate her. Now she's strictly, which is weird because every time I've heard it, it's bleeped out. I guess it's she was gay until I slayed. Now she's strictly, and it's bleeped out. I don't know what it is. Even on the explicit version, I'm not really sure why it's bleeped out. Right, with the kiss emoji, she missed me. She thinking her hips like a hippie, which I get it. It doesn't seem like a J. Cole track, and to some sense, the rumor was that it was AI. It's not AI. But if you haven't heard Cash Cobain's style, you don't understand why J. Cole's going pause. And I think J. Cole being a feature on the song, he's just kind of I'm gonna try to fit into the song the way you do it. And we hear from Cash Cobain was this. It's weird because he says, "Destiny, I'm trying to get the best of me." It's I don't think we should talk about money. It's that kind of I don't think we should talk about money. I can't wait. It's a small pause, and it's I don't know if he's trying to. Because he gives room for the hi-hat to kind of float around. Which is different because you don't hear really J. Cole talking about explicitly about I guess about sexual content, and I guess we could say that that's new, but 2014 40 So Drive has that Wet Dreams, and so it's not explicit, it's not official trap, but this is a kind of drill that Cat Cobain has kind of made for himself. Which, I mean, I get it's. And if I hadn't heard of Cash Cobain before, I can see it. Like I said, I know I be on your body, not Meg Thee Stallion, but I know, but you're a hottie, which is, it's a weird pause and it's a weird cadence behind it, but it also is that we don't really hear J. Cole rap unless it's lyrical. And I think this is the thing. J. Cole also said it's weird, right? And I mean, I don't mean anything. I don't mean anything in a bad way about it. It's just, if you haven't heard J. Cole rap about it, you're like, this seems like a weird bar that probably wasn't supposed to be released. And a lot of people, and I get it, a lot of people aren't going to be okay when he comes back with this. Because it's like, it's weird. And I get it. A lot of people saying they're not going to play it back. It's weird. It's gripping as wet, and you know I'm a vet. Something make you feel like a rookie. But you make you feel like a rookie, which we can initiate his connection with Wet Dreams and his first time. And we get it. I remember seeing you on Fifth Ave with your homies Sabrina and Tiffany, which is just kind of like a reference track, and I guess the title in itself gives me this kind of song. And I think he's just doing this for fun. I think it's simple. Right? It's simple. It's yeah, it's weird because you never hear go, she hasn't, and she's in my phone with the nickname. It's Grippy. You know, it's weird because it's that line of she's sticking at hips, she's a hippie. And I think that's what it is. It's more of a freak record, and you don't get those from J. Cole. So it's on the highway. I'm doing 150. It's his verse. And I think it's gonna be a shock, right? Because I guess people expect it to be a diss track about him bragging, but it's like, I'm gonna send all your kids to Disney. I'm gonna pay a little extra so they can see Mickey. It's and I get it. If you haven't had Cash Cobain, you don't get the context of the song and you don't hear the music. And I'm not sure why it's bleeped out. Some of this, How You Make Me So Tired About So Swiftly, which is kind of like a sexual or a freak record. And I'm not necessarily sure. And that's just, some of this song. It's a weird line, and it's weird because you say Ripley, but then take out. It's weird, and I mean, it's not a Cole. And the screen called like mashed potatoes. It's weird because Cash Cobain says that lyric, and it's weird. Like, it's weird. But he also, Cash Cobain's in his lyrics itself. I get it. And I hype around it. And this is weird. And I want to kill it, rest in peace. And I think that's the thing. The J. Cole verse, when it sets itself off, is weird because you don't hear Cash Cobain. If you don't hear Cash Cobain, you're like, this is a weird song to hear J. Cole on. And to in some cases, make a home movie DVD, which was relating to Pony, and then Pony DVD, 3 DVD. All the phones on D&D. You kind of hear these like repetitive lines, and you can tell. I think it's not and I mean this. This isn't necessarily. This isn't, and so this song in itself, and I like Cash Cobain. I think he makes good music. I think J. Cole makes good music on himself. So this song in itself is a 4 out of 10. However, you can tell, and I don't know what the consensus is right now, but this song in itself just feels that, or to me it feels that, he's stuck between, I could go genuine, I'm gonna go genuine on a record, but I'm not going for genuine. Like, it's weird. Like, I don't know if he was going for CEO Chris Brown, and I mean, the top hats, I think, is the issue. I think he's trying to prove that he can rap. That he can rap on, and just rap on these top hats. I'm not debating that. He can't rap on these top hats. I think he can rap. I think J. Cole can rap on a top hat type of beat. A real top hat New York drill type beat. But I think Cash Cobain, when he talks strictly about women, J. Cole tries to fill that in and try to fill that feature in. And when he does, it feels, I don't know, it feels like a freak record. It's not, it's a summer record, and I get it. Summer records, people like to put freaky records out. And that's fine. I think that's great. But and I think that's people's main concern is it's his first response after the Kendrick and Drake beef. So I guess we're expecting something lyric, which is weird, but it does put J. Cole in a weird spot, and I get it. I think if I'm J. Cole, I'm like, how far do I go? Do I go Chris Brown? Do I go genuine? Do I go Tank's first album? But and maybe this is his attempt to try to get into trap music. And Tiffany, it's like it's and I think that's partially it, right? I think if you wanna, and I don't know, maybe this is my main conception, but if you wanna go, like and I guess that's my thing. If you wanna go sexual, I mean, I'm gonna listen to J. Cole no matter what, right? And I think a prime example of like partially social music is P&D, right? Party Next Door, and it's not bad, right? But it's I think he's in a space where he tries to do it, and it's great. If you give Kevin Gates this, if you give Chris Brown this, I think anybody does good with this. I think J. Cole is, and I don't mean this, I love J. Cole as an artist. He was an artist. And I don't know if how this was playing out, but I wonder if J. Cole does something with like Kevin Gates. We could make this. And I get it, J. Cole said, I'm not in the battle, and so, is this because and this is the thing, if he's on that Eminem album, I can rock with this. I can rock with this. If he's on that Eminem album, and that list is real, where we get J. Cole and Eminem go against each other, that'll be dope. But it's like, it's, and I don't know. I'm a huge J. Cole fan, and I'm not gonna say that I'm not, but it's. And if you don't know Cash Cobain, this song feels short of that J. Cole introduction. It really does. It really does. And I don't know. And I don't know. And I'm really hard not to rank J, like put it as like a 5 under like a 5 out of 10. But like unless I'm dancing to it, I don't necessarily see me adding this. And so and I don't know, maybe because Cash Cobain is growing in more fame, this was his attempt to go mainstream, and J. Cole's like, I'm gonna drop you this feature so people listen to you. But the overall deception is if you're not used to Cash Cobain or his production, you're not gonna like this. Like, Cash Cobain it's not bad. But some of the lyrics, like, it's, and I gotta put it like, Cash Cobain is more of like that Cardi, trippy red, and so when you hear these lines like mashed potatoes, right? Like it springs on you. He's like mashed potatoes. Like it's I know it's macaroni. And so and I get it though. Like it's gonna sound weird to a lot of people if you haven't heard Cash Cobain and if you haven't heard J. Cole rap on this kind of hi-hat kind of beat in his production.